Hey everybody, good morning. Good morning, good morning. It is 7 a.m. Happy Saturday. Had a good sleep. Decided to, well, my husband left for work, so I get up early with him. And now he's up and out the door and at work. I'm just getting ready. My alarm just went off on my phone. I take my thyroid pill, take my levothyroxine every morning at 7 a.m. I take a whole 100 milligram pill on Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, it's only half a pill. So I'm going to be doing that right now. I hope everybody's good. I'm talking low because it's still early and there's still people asleep. So I respect that. Okay, that seemed like it kind of got stuck, but this tea is very, very, very hot. So I'm drinking like boiling hot tea with the pill going down. It's like my throat is now on fire. Okay, starting the day off good. And I just banged my tooth with the cup. God, please, I hope I don't break my tooth. Okay. Anyhow, doing well. Yesterday, hubby came home. We had pizza for Friday nights. Friday nights, I always have pizza. As a matter of fact, I just reminded myself to take my chopped meat out. You know what? Come with me. I have to take my chopped meat out of the freezer. So while we're doing that, you can come with me. And while I'm walking and talking, I opened up my blinds. It's going to be pretty much of a pretty good, nice day out. So hopefully, I was thinking of getting my butt out and maybe making it to the mall, have lunch, Taco Bell, the usual, you know. Excuse me, 1 second. Okay, what I do is I buy, we're going to have burgers tonight. My husband is like really, really, really enjoying my burgers. I don't buy ground chuck meat, I buy actual sirloin. And what I do is I buy about a 2.5 pound case of the sirloin. And what I do is I divide it and then into sizes that I'm actually going to need for my husband and myself for our burgers. And I just take, when I want the portion, like for tonight, I want the portion, I just take out the portion and I put it and I defrost it. And the rest of it goes back in the freezer. Everything is totally divided, even, and it is what, you know, it's to the exact size that I use, for enough for 2 cheeseburgers. So he's really digging my burgers. I mean, all I do is like I defrost the chopped meat. Again, sirloin is the best for me. It's leaner meat. We also use turkey, ground turkey, which happens to be like really lean. But for some reason, I switch off between the turkey and the sirloin. So this week it's sirloin. Yeah, all I do is I just defrost the meat. I use I beat an egg. I don't put the whole egg in, depending on how much sirloin that you don't want your total meat totally saturated. And if it does get saturated, keep kneading it until it forms a texture. You'll have to work at that. But I like to drizzle the, you know, after I beat the egg, I like to drizzle the egg in and then knead it accordingly to whether I need more or less. I'll actually judge it by that. So it's the egg, it's a little bit of salt. My husband cannot have salt, but apparently, you know, like, you should just use like maybe like a drop of salt. He has high blood pressure. But I use just a very little pinch of salt and pepper and garlic powder. That's what I do. And that's really it. The egg, the salt, the pepper, and the garlic powder. And it makes oh my God, my burgers, he's raving about them. I'll be honest with you, not to really toot my own horn, but I can't help it. The burgers really are amazing. That's all I'm gonna say. So with doing that, I will defrost my meat. Yep, it needs defrosting. In order to make something defrost even more, you know, if you have a Teflon pan, As a matter of fact, let me just do this. Now I'm going to be making more noise by bringing out pots and pans. Sorry up there. You use a Teflon pan. If I could just get this out. Okay, not too much noise. That was good. Okay, just use a Teflon pan. Open the package just slightly. Face the meat toward the pan. It will, something between the Teflon and the frozenness of the package, it will actually defrost a heck of a lot faster. So that's what I'm going to do now. Hopefully I'd like to get it at least half defrosted before I leave this house, if I leave this house to go to the mall. It's a Saturday. I know the mall's going to be very crowded. It's going to be a nice day, so it's really going to be crowded. But I get to do what I want to do. Okay, it's very hard to take the meat out of the package, but I'm just going to lay this in here. And I'm just going to leave it on my stove. And hopefully, like I'd like to say within an hour, I'll start seeing the meat get softer. And that's fine. Okay, let's see. Let me wash my hands just a little bit. Okay. And that's really it on that. I hope everybody's gonna have a good Saturday. Hope your weather is good. I have friends, a faraway friend that is down in Disney World right now. Hi. I'm not gonna mention her name, but she just arrived down there yesterday from a faraway land that I could consider a faraway land. And hopefully she's going to enjoy it. I can't wait to see if she makes videos. I can't wait to see her reviews. Because, you know, let's be honest, not everybody's going to have the same experience, okay? Again, you get 10 people to do a trip, 10 separate people to do the same trip. They're not going to have the same experience. It just goes like that. Okay, I'm going to come back inside. So, and I thought about that as well. What I feel like doing, my husband also, we were discussing again last night, amongst other things, but we were discussing the fact of going back to kind of like a square one, sort of planning, and I mean really planning the trip a little bit more. Even though this trip is a lousy 7 days, it should not take all this energy. But being that Disney's changing so much, I can't help but wonder, should I actually go back to old school way? So we're probably going to do that. I pulled out my composition notebook. This is my original composition notebook that we used to take when I was on Amtrak, because I like to keep track of all the places that we stopped. It was just something for me to do. I kept a journal, a log. But I would like to see, maybe I go to Primark, because they do have nice Disney journals. So I may want to get a nice Disney journal and do sort of like a little itinerary. And I hate itineraries because in the back of my mind, it feels like you got to stick to that itinerary. It's that itinerary. You're supposed to do what you put on the list. No, not necessarily. I've never done itineraries. I'm just not friendly of them. Me and itineraries do not get along. But I'm going to try anyway, because I have to get some sort of a sense if there's things that we're going to be doing and the things that we're not going to be doing. So, you know, it's a new regime. It's new changes happening. And I guess we got to roll with those changes for now. So I'm going to go back to old school. Pen and paper, folks. Making a list. Also making a list of things to pack, which I never really do. Here's one of the things I found funny. And I said this to my husband. His hair was like really, really annoying me. I said to my husband, I can pack a 13-day trip with my eyes closed. I know exactly what I'm packing. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly what I need. For a lousy 7 days going back to old school, I've become very stupid. It's like, I don't know what to pack. I've been thinking about this quite a lot. So I'm going to sit and I'm going to make a list of the necessities. I usually get my sunblock at Dollar Tree. Those things I do. So I'll be doing that. I usually get my own bar of soap. I don't really care for the soap that's in the pump. Half the times when we were down there back in 2019 twice, it was very hard to get the soap out of the pump. I don't understand that. But anyway, I mean, I think that, you know, they're doing a nice thing. And I think it's a cool idea with the shampoo, the conditioner, and the body wash. I think it's a cool idea. But for me, I like the good old-fashioned bar of soap, and I've always brought my own soap. So I usually bring one bar that's good for me and my husband, especially in 7 days. I mean, we're usually down there 12, 13 days. That bar of soap goes. But I know with the 7 days, I'm probably still going to have soap left. So I'm just going to dispose things that I bring down there that is not worth bringing back up here. And I have actually done that over the years as well. Yeah, like a bottle of shampoo, things like, I don't need none of that stuff because they have it, but the pump is like really annoying in the shower. Okay, I'm going to have to overlook that. Yeah, I'm going to just deal with it. I thought this out. I'm going to deal with whatever comes my way. Whatever comes my way and whatever's in front of me, I will try to make it work as best I can. Okay, so we got that going. I'm going to go to Primark maybe today, maybe if I get out of the house. Back still ain't doing so good. It's better than it was 2 days ago. Still not 100%. I don't think it'll ever be 100% because whatever I did back there was a doozy. Okay. I did something to the back of my calves yesterday, the day before with all the cleaning that I did. It was like my calves are killing me. So when I go down, up and down the hill of death over here on the way to the mall, my legs are going to kill me. I know it. It kind of feels like I was goofing around one time on the People Mover. You know, the ramp on the People Mover. I was leaning forward. I says, look at this. I was telling my husband, I said, look at this, hubby. I can't even walk. You know, I can't even... I'm not even going to hang on. I'm just going to go forward. You know, your legs go forward on the ramp. And I kind of pulled between my ankles and and the back of my calves. But I didn't feel it until like 10 hours later. Like the next morning I woke up and I could not walk. I was completely crippled. And I knew how it did. This happens to also be the same feeling in the back of the calves. I said, what was I on the People Mover and I didn't know it? But that's what it feels like now. That strain, that stretch, that pull. So I pulled my muscles in the back of my calves. Yeah. So the itinerary, it's not really going to be an itinerary, but it's just going to give me some sort of an idea of what I would really like to do versus what I'm not going to be doing. So I can actually split the list, like things to avoid, things to do. That's what I think I'll do. I don't know. We'll see. My husband and I, we are going to be making the dining reservations. Now, my husband had asked me last night, would I like to try for Cinderella's carousel? Yeah. Cinderella's Royal Table. We do that every year. This year, I'm going to skip. First of all, the money went up. That's a lot of money for breakfast. My husband says, yeah, but do me a favor. I would like to see it on the computer anyway. I'd like to check out the menu. Maybe the food is different. Maybe we can do dinner instead of breakfast. Because we always do breakfast. We've been doing breakfast for over 20 years. We always got that reservation. As a matter of fact, one year back in the 90s, I actually had 2 reservations. We had family members down there with us. So my husband's sister and my brother-in-law. And we actually had 2 reservations for Cinderella's castle. So that was cool. But yeah, this year I think I'm going to skip that. That to me right now is not a necessity, especially if you can't meet the character. Now they're doing the meet and greets down there again, or they're going to be doing them. I spoke yesterday on my video. I'm excited for that, but I can't trust the fact of if I book that reservation, will I actually be able to see Cinderella? Will I be able to take a picture with Cinderella? I do have an outfit planned, Cinderella bound. I just don't know. I just don't know right now. So that's going to be on the back burner. I said to my husband, I doubt if that's even going to happen. Okay. Also, we have to consider, I'm actually petrified because if this trip should actually become a disappointment as far as the meet and greets. Like I said yesterday in my video, the meet and greets with me are one of my sole things to do. Even my husband said, he's, when I want him to get into a picture, he said, oh, no, 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 this is your thing. This is your, get in the picture with me. get in here with me. And the meet and greets with me are special. There's a few princesses I have not met yet. I've not met Merida. Now, I know she's really not a princess, but I consider her to be a princess. Anybody that's in a gown with me is a princess. Let's see, I met Tiara and Rapunzel. Those were my two biggest ones, and I met both of them simultaneously at Princess Hall back in 2019. I also am into meeting characters that I have never actually met before. I met Baymax. That, for me, was a big deal. We met Edna Mode. That was amazing. Woody and Buzz. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, these to me, I got to hug Woody, and I have pictures, and just Olaf. We had an amazing ball with Olaf. We were in there for like almost 30 minutes with Olaf. I mean, even the photographers, we were all just, I don't know, we were having our own kung powwow over there. And everybody that was online didn't seem to mind. They were all laughing and everything. So I really have a great interaction pictures with my husband and Olaf. It's like really cool. They're both pointing at each other and they're like this to each other. I mean, it was like awesome. Anyhow, I always like to meet a character that I've never met. And I always like to meet a princess that I've never met. So I'm hoping that this really happens. My husband's really like psyched for this trip. We now have 157 days left. The time is just going. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I'm going to make some sort of lists. I don't think I'm going to use this book. But I'm going to make some sort of planning, which is, I said, old school. I have not done that since 1994, since our first trip. As a matter of fact, I was thinking of the very first trip that we did. We had ran out, we were very new to going to Disney. We were very new to anything. Animal Kingdom was not there. Things like that. Very new to the whole experience. First thing that was suggested to us by somebody was to run out and buy the Burn Bombs. I call it Bird Brain, but I, as joking, but it's the Burn Bombs Walt Disney World planner, and I don't even know what the hell you call it, but anyway, yeah, it's a planner. It's a book all about it. See about all the rides, see about all the things, the times, the weather, and to me, it's like the almanac of your vacation planning trip, So I was thinking of that. We used to collect those books. We had all of them up until I think 2000. I want to say at least 2010. Unfortunately, we don't have those books no more. I mean, they were taking up a hell of a lot of room. You'd think Kindle would come out with a version of them on Kindle for Burn Bomb. As a matter of fact, I should look. I don't even know. That's an idea. But what I'd like to do is, I always say, if you want your memories back, if you want your childhood back, if you want your vintage stuff back, just go on eBay. So I'm probably going to look for that book on eBay. I think I want that 1994 book back, just as a hard souvenir. And again, I don't even know why I didn't keep that first book. But sometimes you just make these silly things. But it does make up, it does make up a lot of room. So, and it did take up a lot of room with all those books. And you got to figure, our books used to stay in the closet. The closet door was shut. Nobody ever went, hey, you know what? I want to look at that book again. We didn't do that in years. But now I'm thinking about it. Just for the first trip, the 1994 trip, I may go for that book again on eBay. What else? Box Lunch has the Walt Disney World Loungefly bag. It is available today at 10 a.m. at my Box Lunch. Do I want to look at it? It's a cute bag. My heart still, you can't top the 50th anniversary bag that I had gotten from my friend. So I'm going to hang out with that one. That's going to be my bag. Excuse me. That's another thing. Somebody had asked me, would you be taking any of your Loungefly bags down to Disney World? No. No. Will I buy one down there to bring up here? Yeah. But no, I'm not going to drag one down. I'm not going to drag. I mean, I know people who have a set of luggage just for their Loungefly bags because they bring them all down there. Me, I'm always cautious. Housekeeping, whatever. I know the housekeeping situation down there has been kind of scarce. People have been complaining, but I'm always cautious of who enters the room while you are not there. I heard that people actually do room checks and security. I only had that happen once or twice in my life. At the Contemporary Resort, me and my husband were laying in bed watching TV. I think I told you the story. And the housekeeping supervisor with the housekeeper used the key to get in. We're laying in the bed. I mean, hello. But they were doing a security check. I said, I think you should have knocked on the friggin' door first. She said she did, but we didn't hear her. All right, anyway. They are now allowed to go, do a security check. I am not one for this. So if you take, and I think of this like camera equipment, your Loungefly bags, anything of importance to you, I'm always afraid that, who's to say I ain't going to walk out the door? Who's to say people aren't rummaging through your stuff? I always thought of that with housekeeping. Anyway, people get nosy. I don't know if they do it. I'm just saying. Just an observation. So I'm not bringing anything like that down there. I do bring my camera equipment. Some of my camera equipment, all of our valuables, all of our important valuables, paperwork, IDs, vaccination cards will now be part of it. To be put in the wall vault. So I've always done that. And small camera, if I have a small camera, something, my iPod, like I bring, for the plane or something, all that stuff gets stored in that wall vault. So all the small stuff. It's a nice size wall vault. It's not bad. I mean, it's not gigantic, but it's really not bad. They also don't have the wall vaults anymore. What we used in 2019 was actually the vault in the cabinet. Now that happens to be bigger. So you can actually fit a little bit more in that vault. And it goes by your 4-code passcode. You make up your own code, which I think is cute. I says to my husband, you got to write that down or something because somebody's going to forget it. But you can always reset it. Yeah. So it's things like that. I've been watching YouTube videos. It's almost like, and I will say this, it is almost like I feel like I have to go back to school to take a refresher course on a subject because I have to familiarize myself with it again and all the changes that is being done. So that's what I feel like doing right now. That's what I feel. But I've been watching people's YouTube videos and the ins and outs again. It's like I feel almost like I got to start over. The stress level is like, with planning this. And like if I got to make a phone call or something. The dining reservations will be done 60 days prior. My husband and I, we also talked about it. That was the other thing, that we're going to be, being that we don't have the dining plan. So you have to work, you have to do what you got to do. Again, I said it. We came up with the idea of making our, because my husband likes good sit-down meals. We like doing that. We usually do House of Blues. We usually do Via Napoli. We definitely do Primetime Cafe and Sci-Fi Diner. Those are actually like the main 4. So you figure we'll have 4 dinners set out of the 7 nights that we're there. See, we're actually trying to figure this out. Carefully with money-wise, because you want to make sure that you get the most out of your experience, especially now at this time. We never really had to actually do this before, so it's a serious thing. You just can't go down there and just, you can't do that. We have a load of points on our Disney Visa Rewards card, still accumulating. Like in my past videos, you saw me purchase some of the stuff on the 50th anniversary from Shop Disney. Those were done with some of the points, so, But the points are going to come in handy down there with the souvenir. I myself with the Loungefly. My husband, whatever he gets. Now, that's another thing over the years. When we always go down there, we always pick a good gift. We don't do the shirt crap anymore. We just, the articles of clothing, I'm not even going for. I haven't done that in years because of the quality of the material of the merchandise, the quality of the, you know, the material of the shirts, the clothes. It's not really that good anymore. So I bypass that. You know, if I want to do something, I'll do a piece of jewelry maybe. Every year it used to be a watch. You saw my video on my watches, I believe. I think I did them on my watches. It used to be a good gift like that. So hopefully I will be able to get a good gift. Like I said, it's probably going to be a Loungefly. You know, and my husband will probably pick up himself something. So that, the portion of the souvenir section is now taken care of. So that will not come out of our pockets, you know. Just for the food. The mobile ordering, I already said my piece on the mobile ordering. That shit ain't gonna happen. That's not gonna happen with me. I'm not gonna do it. The Genie Plus, like I said, maybe just the Rise of the Resistance, just to recap, like I said. We already talked about that, my husband and myself. What else? You know, snacks, whatever. My husband and me, we usually eat the breakfast in the morning. We usually wind up skipping lunch. Maybe just a snack. You know, get something to drink, or maybe, you know, I'll buy some snacks maybe for the room. You know, things like that. That's really about it. What I usually do is, if I really wanted like a quick little meal, I would usually purchase a kid's meal, like the chicken nuggets or something, and me and my husband like split a little bit of that, or a little bit of French fries, and we're good to go until dinner. My husband usually likes his beer and his pretzel. That we would do in the at Epcot, over by the not near the Hall of Presidents. What is it? Near the Voices of Liberty. That's where we usually have our beer and pretzels. So things like that. Funnel cake, maybe I'll grab a funnel cake because I like my funnel cake. My husband don't. He's just not into these things. So I wind up sitting there with the whole frickin' funnel cake. But everything has to be carefully thought out and planned. So probably going on my adventure, you know. I'll probably be making a few more videos about that. What are your views on it? Is there any special things that you like to do? Is there any special plans that you have that you know are a must for you to do, that you need to do, and that doesn't change for you, even pre-pandemic? You know, let me know. Yeah, it's got to be carefully thought out with me. This is not, to me, this is not a regular trip. This is not a usual trip. Not for me, it ain't, because I don't go through any of this when I usually book my trips. So it's a little different for me. Anyway, people, God bless you. The sun is starting to shine. Yay. And I think I'm going to wash this thing that I call hair. I'll probably blow it out straight and just go on with my day, finish my tea, and just get a little move on. The store, like they said, box lunch will be opening up today at 10 o'clock. The mall doesn't open until 11, so I have no idea. I got to recheck that. But I'm not going over there at 10 o'clock anyway, so it doesn't really matter. All right, people. God bless you. Have a great day. If you go out, be safe. If you go out, you feel the need to still continue to wear your mask, please do so. You're doing it more for yourself than anything. Love to all. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for all your interactions. Peace out. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.